Damage 365 Radio with your host Kevin Nasta and John Torrey.
It's time to play the game. Time to play the game. It's all about the game, and how you play it, all about control. And if you can take it, all about your debt. And if you can play it, it's all about pain. And who's gonna make it?
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Damage 365 Radio, episode number 6. I am your host, Coach Kev, along with the real number 8, JT, who's in the house. Good evening, one. Good evening, all. And I just said all.
You didn't spit on me.
Awesome start. Good evening. We have a great show in store for you today as we will recap Warriors of Wrestling last night live in Staten Island, New York, where we got to sit down and interview ECW hardcore legend, the Sandman. We got to see WOW's promotion for the first time. Great show put on by the president, Joe Bellini. We also will have a live interview tonight from one of the Midwest female indie superstars, Paris Kelly, who will be calling into the show later on. We will also go through our social networking, our birthday shout-outs. We will have a little AJ Styles promo, and just have a whole bunch of awesome as we always do.
We are some lucky guys.
But lucky guys need help from people, and we get help from our social networking as usual. So if you want to reach out, because I know you do, to Damage 365 Radio, you can. Many ways. You can reach us on Skype live anytime we're on the air at Damage 365 Radio. You can Skype in questions. We'll read them if we have time on the air. We'll let you know who you are, where you're from, and your question. You can reach us on Twitter at Damage Athletics. Same deal. You can tweet us some questions. Facebook.com/Damage365 is the home of Damage 365's Facebook page. You can also reach us on Instagram. Check out all our pictures we post from events, banners of upcoming guests. Just search for Damage 365 Radio. Or you can visit our corporate site where you can not only go back and listen to Damage 365 Radio, but you'll be able to visit the new upcoming season number 21 of Damage Athletics Softball. Also, we have a blog, which you can get off our Facebook page all the time. Has updated stories, the video players where you can go back and listen to the show every week, pictures of our guests, little recaps of what we did on the show, and sometimes we add little stories here and there, but it's a good thing to have our host blog from Damage 365. We're on Blogspot, so you can always visit us or search for us, Damage 365. But right now, I want to go into the shout-out section of the show so we can get some happy birthdays out there, because there's a lot of people celebrating some birthdays. As the weather is very cold, we're expecting some more snow, and a lot of these people are not going to be able to celebrate their birthday properly because of this damn weather. So let's give them a nice warm feeling. It's shout-out time, ladies and gentlemen, and we want to wish happy birthday to current Damage infielder Rachel Longo. Happy birthday, Rach. Damage alumni Jody Nielsen and Walter Pengren. Happy birthday to both of you, Damage alums. And also a very happy birthday to alumni softball league mate Richie Bach. Happy birthday, guys, and happy birthday to everybody out there celebrating their birthday with us.
Yes, sir, we promised you a great main event here tonight. Andre, the WrestleMania!
Hulkamania is running wild.
My God, what a It's not over. The world is watching.
And we're going to get into our wrestling all-time technical tournament. It's getting down to the nitty-gritty, folks. It is really getting interesting, and we have a great next round already in store. It was the Macho Man, Randy Savage, staking his revenge, losing to the Andre the Giant in our previous tournament of the greatest of the golden era. But it was the Macho Man, Randy Savage, knocking off pre-1984 Andre the Giant. And I'm going to chalk it up to this, because pre-1984 Andre the Giant wasn't almost 500 pounds. So it was a lot easier for Randy to defeat Andre, where later in his career you can barely move Andre, let alone Andre moving himself. So,
Right, which worked into Randy Savage's advantage.
Exactly. He used speed, his high-flying ability, his technical ability to outsmart Andre the Giant, and it's Randy Savage moving on to the next round. And an absolute fantasy classic. Daniel Bryan and Dean Malenko, something I wish I had a time machine and I could have gone back and seen. But it was Dean Malenko knocking off the current superstar of the WWE, Daniel Bryan, setting up another beautiful match. The Macho Man, Randy Savage, taking on Dean Malenko in the Final Four.
Two of the most skilled technicians in the world in the ring right there.
Yep, and we had two more skilled technicians right here. It was Mr. Perfect, Kurt Hennig, defeating Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, and he advances to the Final Four. And it was in maybe some eyes a surprise, not in my eyes. I said it last week that he is an absolute beast. It was the Dynamite Kid, one half of the British Bulldogs, knocking off the Olympic gold medalist Kurt Angle. So Kurt Angle is out, Dynamite Kid is in. It will be the Dynamite Kid versus Mr. Perfect in the bottom bracket of the Final Four. And it will be the Macho Man Randy Savage versus Dean Malenko in the top half of the Final Four. I did say a couple weeks ago you might see a Dean Malenko Dynamite Kid finals, and
You did.
that could happen. Great wrestling all around. All four of these guys, not a loser. And just round four alone, not a loser in that bracket. I mean, Andre the Giant might have been the odd man out because of his size, but anybody who knows anything about wrestling, especially 70s wrestling, Andre the Giant was not the Andre the Giant that people remember in the late 80s. He was very, very quick on his feet, used the second turnbuckle a lot for moves, drop kicks, kind of an early day Big Show. And then as you see, Big Show got a lot bigger and a lot stronger, and he's less mobile. He doesn't jump around as much, but,
Okay.
Puts a whooping on your body when you're 400-something pounds. So we'll see what happens. Randy Savage versus Dean Malenko, Mr. Perfect versus the Dynamite Kid. So we'll see what happens in that next round. But it looks pretty damn awesome. Pretty damn awesome is TNA superstar AJ Styles. Will be signing autographs soon in New York. So listen to this, ladies and gentlemen, and go support Stronghold Wrestling and AJ Styles for a meet and greet with the man from TNA.
Stronghold Pro Wrestling presents none other than TNA star, the phenomenal one, AJ Styles, February 16th from 12 to 2 p.m. at the Plainview Holiday Inn. Come on down and get the chance to get your autograph and a photo op with him. In person, the phenomenal one, AJ Styles. Sponsored by Stronghold Pro Wrestling.
As you heard, AJ Styles will be signing autographs, a meet and greet, photo ops, autographs, Stronghold Wrestling promoting this event. So go check them out. We'll be helping Stronghold Wrestling for the next 2 weeks until that event. And seems like it could be a lot of fun. If you like TNA and you like wrestling, even if you don't like TNA, if you just like wrestling in general, TNA does have some really some good talent out there that kind of gets hidden behind the shadow that is TNA and the big monster that is WWE. But AJ Styles is one of their good guys. As is Christopher Daniels, who we got to see yesterday
Yes.
at the WOW event in Staten Island, New York. But
very acrobatic, interesting guy.
yeah, he's good, and he's a lot bigger in person than you see him on TV. He's not, gigantically ripped like a lot of these superstars are, but on TV, when you put him next to some of those guys that are humongous, he looks very small. But in person, he's a very filled out, strong, defined body-wise wrestler. Very entertaining,
and he moves well for his size.
Yeah, and he does well. And again, being a wrestler in the business today, you can only do as well as the person that you are fighting allows you to be. And if the guy you are fighting has no ability or no talent or is very sloppy, it makes you look bad. So at times last night, it might have looked like Chris Daniels was awful. It wasn't his fault. Okay,
No.
One of the guys that was in the ring with him last night was off-timed, sloppy, didn't sell a damn thing, and
which was very clear if you were paying any attention.
Yeah, I mean, little kids are not going to notice this stuff, but veterans of veteran fans, a lot of them who were chanting, you effed up, you effed up. So, it's going to happen. So I hope nobody really judges Christopher Daniels based on last night's show. He did what he could working with what he had.
I thought he put on a great performance.
It just looked like everybody was frustrated working with that one particular fella, and I kind of feel bad for the guy because he might have just had an off night. It was the first time we were seeing Warriors of Wrestling, so for all I know, that he could have had an off night.
Right.
A bad night to have an off night when you're dealing with one of the guys that was invited in, and he's a superstar on television,
especially in a main event.
Yeah, exactly. So again, it happens.
There's room to learn from it.
There's room to learn. There's room to improve.
There's still positives you could take out of it.
Yeah, and he's got what he needs to do. He needs to sit down and he needs to pick the brain of the wrestlers that are a little bit more polished than him. Wrestlers that they might bring in from way back in the day, like Sandman. Though Sandman has a little different style of he's more of a right in your face, beat the crap out of each other until the last man stands type style.
It's always good to learn from somebody like that who's had the experience.
Yeah, because you can use it in your arsenal. You can mix it up so you don't look like John Cena and have the same exact match every single time, or Bret the Hitman Hart, who was notorious of having carbon copy matches every single time he fought somebody. You can watch him fight Ric Flair 6 times, and it was like an instant replay all 6 times.
Which gets very annoying.
And it gets boring. It does. It gets boring, and it's very obvious. So, But, I mean, other than that, Joe Bellini put on a great show. He even got back in the ring.
Also a great performer.
Yes, he is. And we got to see Chris Steele. He is the Warriors of Wrestling World Heavyweight Champion. And he defended his title in that fatal four-way match that did include Christopher Daniels. And he won and kept his title. And we met him a little bit back in November at, I want to say, it was either November or December at Kenilworth. And he was a guest for JCW, and he put on a good match there, too. And he's a friend of one of our friends, Dave DeChico. And, we gave him our card at the show. We hope he hits us up in an email. We can get him on the show so we can get him promoting Warriors of Wrestling and himself, of course, as the champion representing the company, the face of WOW.
Help us help you.
So, Joe Bellini put on a great show, and we really, really want to reach out. I did on Facebook yesterday, but I want to reach out and show our appreciation and our gratitude to Joe Bellini and the entire roster of Warriors of Wrestling for inviting us and allowing us to come in and watch your show and entertain us and my entire crew and people that I brought down that bought tickets to come watch. They enjoyed the show, and they did a really, really good job. And I'd also like to thank them for allowing us to hang our banner on the wall very close to the entrance and exit of the where the talent was coming in and out of the locker room. So,
I thoroughly enjoyed myself as well. I thought they put on a great show. They have a lot of great talent.
Yep.
We've seen a lot of tag team matches, a lot of tag team talent that they have in WOW.
The first 3 matches were tag team matches.
At least up until that street fight match we've seen.
Yeah, that wound up being a debacle at the end.
Turned out
very, very bloody.
Yes.
But what I kind of wish though is that, I mean, I like the close, tight knit, in your face fans when they're kind of like on top of the ring, and it's very old school.
Right.
But I just wish they had a better venue. For a couple of reasons. There's just too much going on inside Fun Station.
Right.
Just too much. You got families and kids running around playing games and going on rides and in the batting cages and playing putting golf shots, throwing football around. I mean, there's just so much going on there. Kids running back and forth. I mean, we were having a moment of silence for one of their prior ring announcers who passed away, and we want to send our condolences to his family as well. And the kids were just running by screaming and yelling, so it kind of like interrupted the moment of silence.
Right.
And and there was like no food. I mean, it was either you wanted a hot dog or you didn't.
Right.
And they had to supply it themselves. They had to stern those out. They were doing hot dogs. They couldn't sell soda because I guess of their agreement with One Station, you had to go out and spend $2 on a bottle of soda at the vending machine. Fun Station doesn't have a snack bar or a concession stand of any sort, so you couldn't get you. It was like I said, it was either hot dog or not.
Right. I mean, the venue wasn't the greatest, but you can't let that reflect on the show.
No, it has nothing to do with WOW
because
they put on a great show. They could probably put on a great show if it was outside in the parking lot.
Absolutely.
Not that I would recommend that, Trickle.
Yes.
But maybe one day with the talent that they have and the direction that they're going, they can get themselves a nice venue. At first when I was reading that it was at Fun Station, us both being from Staten Island originally, like trying to picture in our head, like where the hell are they? Where are they?
Right.
Like where did they put them? Like seriously? Like did they move like the roller coaster or the tilt-a-whirl out of the way? And
oh, that's what they did.
I'm like, are they really like smack right in the middle of like batting cages? Like kids are playing crane machines and watching wrestling at the same time?
No, we were smack on the middle of a basketball court.
So yeah, I mean, in a nice floor too. You got the rubberized court, so
it's unique.
Yeah, it was different, and we've been to VFW posts and Elks lodges and things like that. So this was definitely different. But one of the bright points that we did get to do is we got to interview ECW legend Sandman, who was wrestling with his son in a tag team. His son is starting to get into the business, so who better to learn from than your dad? Who, yes, I use the word legend because I feel anybody in ECW is a legend because of what that company did and how they did it. And these guys should be lucky they can still walk. But,
oh, yeah.
Here's the interview without further ado and further babble.
Enemy would have been out by the dumpsters.
Hanging from the rafters.
Yep. All right, we're live here at Warriors of Wrestling with ECW legend the Sandman.
Yo.
Sandman, how does it feel to be back in a crowd, very small, quaint, right on top of you?
I love it, man. Eric Sims told me it was going to be a nice little energy in the building. I'm feeling it. It's good.
So, how much do you miss the real pre-merger ECW?
Well, I miss the locker room. A lot of the other shit I don't miss, but just being around all the boys all the time, that's what I miss the most about all of it.
What's 2014 holding for you?
A lot of golf. Yeah, I got my house. Just got a house in Kennett Square, like 7 acres, right off the country club. So I don't even got to get my car, my golf cart right onto the course, man. It's great.
Okay. So what brings you here today? What are you doing tonight?
Because my son, he's 25 years old. He's already dropped out of college. Doesn't know what the hell he wants to do. I'm like, well, kid, you got to make a decision one of these days. He said, well, maybe I think I want to try wrestling. So I'm like, all right. I called my buddy Eric Sims. I said, my son wants to work, so I'll let them find a promoter and let us do some tags together. So Eric took care of it.
All right, awesome. Do you keep in touch with any of the old guys from ECW?
Well, Dreamer, I talk to a lot. RVD. Dreamer and RVD mostly. And Striker.
Matt Strike. We actually had the pleasure of interviewing him at JCW about a month ago. He's a funny guy.
Oh, he's great. He's real smart, real intelligent.
Paul Heyman, what can you tell me about him?
He's real smart, real intelligent, and a nut. But, the guy's a total genius, way ahead of his time. Totally brilliant.
All right, awesome. We appreciate your time.
All right.
And good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
We're live at Warriors of Wrestling here at Fun Station in Staten Island, New York, and that was the Sandman. This is Coach Kev along with JT. Talk to you guys.
Back. That was the interview with the Sandman. You can't get any more cut and dry than that. It was a good interview, and he told it like it was.
It's something you don't get to do every day.
Yeah, I mean, he said flat out, he misses ECW, misses the guys. He might not miss the drama, that goes with it, and cut and dry. I mean, there is a lot of drama backstage. I mean, there is. Who's, thinks they're the superstar. They belong. They expect special treatment over other people. And just the business aspect, the politics of it. But RVD he mentioned, and Tommy Dreamer he mentioned a couple of times to me off the record that he speaks to, and Paul Heyman gave a great praise of Paul Heyman and Matt Striker. And it's a good thing all around. I think that ECW was, and I've used this term very, very loosely because I don't like to throw this term around. I think they were very underrated.
ECW was underrated.
Nobody appreciated, I think, ECW until it was gone. It's like the old statement: you don't know what you have until it's gone. And while it was there, it was a very, very growing federation, and I just think that I don't know. I just think that they didn't get what they deserved until after it was all said and done. But one thing we want to do is we want to recap WoW before we get Paris Kelly on the line. And we'd like to thank Joe Bellini for sending us this. He literally just sent us this. But it was EYFBO, Angel Ortiz, and Mike Dranstick defeated Diamond Exchange of Joey Ace and Steve Sterling in a tag team match. It was Jeff Cannon defeating Dirtbag Dan. Abdul Nasir and WoW tag team champions Jason Cross and Jack Gallo, they defeated Joey B, the aforementioned Joe Bellini, Fala, the big man Fala, and Harley via disqualification. It was B.A. Kid versus Antonio Rivera in a street fight that went to a no contest due to the aforementioned injury. We really won't get much into that. We're going to try to get somebody on the show in the next couple of weeks to let us know what the hell that was all about. Scotty Priest defeated Logan Black, and the WoW No Limits champion Chris Banks defended his title and held his title by defeating Talon. It was Mike Verna defeating Benjamin Quinn, and in the fatal four-way, Chris, the Man of Steel Steeler, held on to his title when he defeated, or a combination of defeating the four men, TNA's Christopher Daniels, Aaron Stride and Chachi. So that was the pre-card and the actual card last night in Fun Station, USA, in Staten Island, New York, for Warriors of Wrestling's. Again, it was a great event. We had a good time. I'll never say we did.
Me neither.
If it sucked, we'd tell you.
I would have done it all over again.
You know, again, it's the first time we were at a promotion. First time we were at JCW too, we were kind of like caught in between. Like, all right, I liked it, but like, got to really get used to this independent thing. You know?
Right.
But we're used to it now, so you know, we enjoyed it. We had fun, and I really can't complain. So
look forward to more events.
Absolutely, and I hope Joe Bellini allows us to come. I know they have another event March 8th. We will not be able to attend that show because we will, as myself, Damage 365, my staff will be in Queens, New York at the big event. We'll have a table. We'll be with JCW's up-and-coming tag team, the Down Boys. So we look forward to that. We have a whole bunch of freebies and stuff to give away, and we're going to be running contests where we're going to ask the fans to give us what they think is going to be the entire card for WrestleMania, any match stipulations, and the fan who gets the most correct and is closest to the card that they wrote is going to get an awesome prize after WrestleMania.
How awesome.
It's going to be pretty damn awesome.
Pretty damn awesome?
Pretty damn awesome. So,
like, it'll knock their socks off?
I don't know if it's going to knock their socks off. I mean, if they're not wearing any socks, it might knock their flip-flops off.
Well,
because remember, not everybody's in this deep freeze like we are.
That sounds
Got some people in California kicking back right now, bitching because it's like 75.
What are you saying? You're giving away sunglasses?
I'm going to be giving away suntan. No, I'm going to... We'll be giving away something pretty damn cool. I guarantee you that. It could be this really, really cool collectible TV guide with the Macho Man Randy Savage right on it, where it's from August of, I want to say, it's got to be from the 90s. It says, Wild Time, Rowdy Wrestlers, Renegade Bikers, and all those Nitro Girls. It's WCW's Midsummer Melee. And mint condition TV guide. Could be something we give away. I mean, could be not. Could be a figure. Could be an autographed 8x10 of somebody.
Whatever it is, it's going to be awesome.
It's going to be freaking awesome because that's how we roll.
Right.
Speaking of how I roll, we like to roll to Esposito's every now and then, so we're going to throw them a promo right now. So sit tight, and we'll be back in 30 seconds.
Esposito's Pizza and Pasta. Over a decade of excellent dining experience. Dine in, take out, or free delivery. We feature over 25 different types of pizza pies, and also will create anything you want. Our sauces are made fresh daily and use only the freshest ingredients. We also have good old-fashioned style entrees, cooked like your mom used to make. From wraps, calzones, rolls, and pasta specials galore to calamari and soups, all in a cozy atmosphere. Call today or stop on in.
Engineered to destroy.
At this time, we'd like to welcome to the show Paris Kelly. How you doing, Paris?
Good, how are you?
We're pretty awesome. What are you up to these days?
Not much, just traveling the roads, actually going back to Arkansas right now.
Wait, where were you?
Oh, I was at my house, and now I'm going to Idle Bane and Cody Only's house.
Okay, I know those guys. They always like the pictures I post of you for the radio show, so they must be real good fans of Paris Kelly.
Yes, they are. Should be.
That's right, they should be.
Damn right they should be. How can you not be a fan of Paris Kelly? She's tiny, she's blonde, she's cute, she's got an awesome accent, and she can kick your ass.
And entertain you at the same time.
What'd you say?
I said exactly.
Oh, okay. So she agrees.
She agrees.
We're on the same page. Okay, speaking about page, let's read some of these questions off of our page. I'm going to start off from a question from one of your fans. Wants to know, where did your theme music come from that we played prior to you coming on the show?
That's actually part of like our LSD. So like the very beginning where it's just the coughing and everything, that's actually just part of the song that we do all together. But then I just was going through YouTube and found just this dubstep type of music, and one of our former tag partners just put it together for me.
Okay, so prior to that, did you have anybody like custom make you a theme song or write one for you or anything?
Yeah, I did, and they didn't really like it because they said it was too girly. So they're like, "You need to have this type of music." I was like, "All right."
So you needed something hard. So you needed something hardcore, head banging, and ass kicking.
Exactly. Well, that's what they're saying. I thought it was cute, but they're like, it's way too girly.
Paris, where did the name LSD come from?
LSD, it was just part of like, they were all together at one point, and one of these guys said that you needed something that's like a drug type of gimmick with the name of it, and they just kind of threw it together.
But okay. What does LSD mean? Like, what's the acronym mean to you guys?
Labeled social deviant. We're all deviant.
There you go. So that works. Not that I think you're a deviant, but
it's very creative.
Some of the guys that you take the pictures with, they could pass as a deviant.
Yes, they are. Absolutely. I calm them down.
She's like, yes, they are. So that's your job. You go there and you tone them down, and then you jump in the ring, kick a little ass, and they try to figure out why you wanted them to tone down, but yet you went in the ring and went nuts.
Exactly. That's exactly right.
It's the quiet ones you got to worry about.
Strong.
Yeah, they're both quiet.
What was the biggest reason you got into wrestling to begin with?
That's a good question. My dad, he was a wrestler, and I've watched him from the time that he was training to where he's at now. And I've been around the business for 15 years, and my dad actually didn't want me to become part of it because of how he's kind of messed up with his head injuries and everything. Mm-hmm. So he's like, you're not going to be in the wrestling business. I was like, yeah, right. So then I just became part of it. He's like, I knew that was going to happen. So I'm just kind of like following in my dad's footsteps.
So you went against your dad's wishes and you did it anyway.
Exactly, yeah.
All right, so then you are a deviant.
Yeah, basically.
Living up to the name. That's right. Now, is Paris Kelly your real name?
Not at all.
All right, so this is your ring name.
Yes, it is.
Okay, we won't ask your real name. I was just curious.
Thank you.
Who is your biggest wrestling influence?
My dad. He is.
Do you have any influence that currently fights in any syndicate, whether large market or indie market, that you would like to maybe kind of like get like one day, or maybe you say I want to be at that level one day?
Not really. I mean, I like Natalia, but I just kind of want to create my own type of character and not feel like somebody else.
Not totally understandable.
She'll set the bar for herself.
Yeah, I mean, you set your own goals, you set your own bar. I mean, I agree. I love Natalia. Natalia, unfortunately, has to partake in this stupid gimmick with the Total Divas and dressing them up to look all pretty. But meanwhile, she can get down and dirty in the ring, and she can hold her own with anybody. And
right.
I think that's why somebody like Caitlyn, pretty much why she left the company, is she was tired of being like a poster pinup. She wanted to wrestle, and she didn't get the chance to do that.
Right. And my thing is that, they want to change how they were before, like as far as the indie business. I mean, they've seen something in them, so why change their character?
Okay.
That's just my thing.
No, I agree. What are your personal goals? Now we're in February now?
Yes, we are.
Yeah, we're in February now. So what's your personal goals for 2014?
Lose weight and get toned.
Lose weight and get toned. That sounds like everybody's goal.
Yeah.
All right, here. Do you have any wrestling goals for 2014?
Well, I just want to better myself in the ring. That's just one of my bigger goals.
Okay, that's fair.
Oh.
That's fair. What do you have upcoming, like immediate future? What shows? Where are they? Who are you working for these days? Things like that.
Well, I'm going to give you the one for right now.
Okay.
I'm going to be in Tunica, Mississippi for TWE February 15th, and I will be doing an intergender match, and I'll be going against Chris Styles. And I don't remember the other dates. But that one's right now. So.
Okay. Where can fans find Paris Kelly?
Actually, I'm always on the road every single weekend. So, I mean, if he names a state, I'll more than likely be there.
Okay. Can they find? Do you have any social networking that your fans can reach out to you, ask you questions, have a little Q&A with you? Keep track of what you're doing these days?
Yeah, I have Facebook like everybody, and they can just look up Paris Kelly, and I have a like page, so if they want to go over there and like that.
Okay.
Or they can go to the like page of Label Social Deviant, and they can ask questions there, and if they want to book us, they can go there. And then I have, just a personal page for the Paris Kelly.
That's where I usually harass you at my finest.
Yes, you do.
Okay. Do you have Twitter?
Yeah, but I don't really know how to work it, so I'm not up to date with Twitter. You need a person. Anything on there?
You need a personal assistant.
Yeah, I know. So I mean, do you do the @ sign? At the real Paris Kelly. I think that's how you find me.
Okay.
You know more about it.
I do, but your fans want to hear it coming from you, not from me. They hear enough of me on a daily basis.
Well, they can just find me on Facebook. I'm on that every single day.
All right, we'll post your link in our page. We'll post your Twitter page on our page as well. We'll help the fans find Paris Kelly, and so they can cheer you on, because you got a good fan base. I see when you post stuff, and people hit you up with comments and click that like button very often. So you have a good fan base.
Yeah, my favorite fan is John, the guy that makes all the songs for me.
Yes.
He's awesome.
He's your number one fan. I see him post a lot of videos of him singing.
Yes. I love his songs.
Well, I mean, he's the one that wrote your well, not right, but he's the one that put together your current theme song.
Yes.
Okay, no, that's good. Because he was actually the one who asked us to ask you. He's been trying to get at me all week he's like, how can I talk to Paris on the air? And I threw everything at him, Skype and Twitter, and apparently he doesn't have any of that stuff. So he sent me his question in advance for you. That's why I asked you first. I didn't want to run out of time and then not be able to ask you, because then he'll not like me anymore.
Right.
That was nice
he
of you.
asked me that too. I told him to go and ask you about it. But if he's listening, hi John, thank you for all the songs that you make for me. So,
okay.
give him a little shout out.
Do you plan on like bringing your dad down to any of your shows?
Yeah, he and I actually, we're a tag team too.
Okay.
So, yeah, he goes everywhere I go, I'm his little girl, and yeah, so.
Is he not crazy about this intergender match that you're doing?
Not at all.
Really?
He told me too, he said it's cool if you wrestle guys too, because that'll get me bookings, and that's what Cody told me too. So I'm like, all right, I'll do that.
So are you guys the power? You and Cody, are you guys the new the Midwest power couple now?
Yeah, we are. We take bookings together too. So it's not just as LSD. So I mean, he and I take bookings together as a couple.
But it's a real couple. It's not like a storybook couple.
Right. Yeah, we are a real couple.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you heard that. Guys, you heard that.
It's official.
Paris is off the market. So if you want to see Paris, you have to buy a ticket.
Exactly. Or pay me.
Or, yeah. You buy a ticket, or pay her for some 8x10s, and she'll sign them. But that's it, because she's off the market now. We have a lot of our female guests. They come on, and they always tend to throw out their status. We had Jasmine St. Clair at the end of an interview say, "Boys, I'm single," and then of course our Facebook page started blowing up of ways to get in touch with Jasmine St. Clair, and I was just like, oh my god.
Really?
Yeah, so I figured I'd get it out there now.
It happens a lot.
We'll get it out there now. Paris Kelly's off the market, but you can support Paris Kelly by going and watching her shows. You can buy a ticket. You can contact her through Twitter or Facebook. I'm sure she will be more than happy to sign some 8x10s of your choice for a small amount. And, of course, don't forget about shipping and handling. And, awesome. So
everyone can be happy.
Now, I know you're on the road, so I'm going to let you go. But drive safe. Avoid that blizzard. And
it was a pleasure having you on the show.
Yes, absolutely. And it's awesome to speak to someone so young in the business that you haven't been corrupted yet and you don't have any really awful habits yet. So keep that up, work hard, make your dad proud, and keep us in the loop of what's going on. I have no problem posting any of your promotion or syndicate posters on our site. So, let us know, and we wish you luck.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Keep in touch, and I'll talk to you soon.
All right. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Engineered to destroy.
And that was Paris Kelly, ladies and gentlemen, from TWE. Young, very talented, up-and-coming star, very polite. Talking to her on the phone, she kind of reminds me of Reese Witherspoon. She kind of Sweet Home Alabama, kind of Reese Witherspoon sound to her.
I just see what you're getting at.
But I don't see Reese Witherspoon getting in the ring and suplexing anybody anytime soon. So kudos to Paris Kelly, and good luck and careful driving, as you said, as she's running from the blizzard as we speak, because we're expecting some snow.
What else is new?
But ladies and gentlemen, it's getting to that point of the show where we must say goodbye. Like Mr. Rogers, we are going to sit down and take off our slippers and put on our sneakers, take off our sweater and put on our suit jacket, because it's been a hell of a day, and it's been a very happy day. And we'd like to say, because saying day is too much rhyming going on there, but we'd like to say, please help control the nitwit population and have your friends spayed or neutered. On behalf of JT and Nick the Beard, who wasn't in the house today, and the entire Damage 365 cast and crew, we'd like to thank the Warriors of Wrestling one more time, Joe Bellini one more time. Thank you very much. Next week on the show, it'll be USA Championship Wrestler King Shane Williams will be in the house, and you never know what else we might have up our sleeves, because things just fall into our lap.
And they're looking up. Better looking up than looking down.
That is exactly correct. But ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to say thank you very much for listening to episode number 6. We'll see you next week. And please be safe in that snow.
And be smart.
Closing time. Open all the
the doors and let you out into the world. Closing time, turn all of the lights on over every boy and every girl. Closing time, one last call for alcohol, so finish your whiskey or beer. Closing time, you don't have to go home, but you can't stay.